Well, I think this is sort of a refounding, is I guess the best way. I think people are very excited that we went astray. We didn't stick to our principles. We misbehaved. We were in times incompetent in our governance, and as a result, the public said, we'll try somebody else. And now it's an opportunity for us to go back to the basics, see what we've done wrong, and try to rebuild for the future.
There is a great opportunity, especially with conservatives' resistance to the stimulus bill, knowing the growing government is not going to grow our economy. If Rick Santorum was able to write a stimulus bill, what would be some of the key points contained within?
Well, the key to this economy is, number one, to try to stimulate investment in business and business activity. Second is to try to stabilize the housing market. The way you stabilize the housing market, unfortunately, is not giving people a few dollars to sort of stay in houses. What you have to do is, in the areas of this country, and unfortunately there are about 3 or 4 states where most of this problem is, there's going to have to be, the market's going to have to correct. Housing values are going to go down. People are going to get out of their house. So what you want to do is create opportunities and incentives for the next wave of buyers to come in and purchase. I argue, don't save people who've done the wrong thing and are in houses they shouldn't be in. You create opportunities for a stabilized market by making it easier for people to get credit and come in and buy new houses. So that's number one. Number two, tax reductions. We got to lower marginal tax rates. We've got to lower capital gains. We've got to get rid of the capital gains tax. Let's create an environment where businesses can compete here and compete against the rest of the world and grow our economy.
Great. So when you were in the Senate, you were an unabashed conservative. What are some of the highlights from that? What are you most proud of in terms of legislation?
Well, I talked about today. I mean, obviously, the work that I did on the cultural issues probably are the most gratifying. The partial birth abortion bill and the Born Alive Infant Protection Bill were both my pieces of legislation. The work that I did on confirming judges, which I think are very, very important for the future of our culture. I also did a lot of things in the area of the war. I was the author of the Iran Freedom and Support Act and the Syrian Accountability Act and other things that gave us the tools to be able to confront radical Islam at its roots. And I believe that's a very, very important threat that continues to face our country. And finally, probably the biggest thing that I was involved in was welfare reform. I was the author when I was in the House of the Contract with America welfare reform bill, managed the bill in the United States Senate. And if you look at a model of conservative governance that worked, it was taking this monstrosity of a liberal welfare state, and we turned it into something that reduced the welfare rolls in half. Those people didn't just get thrown out on the street, they found jobs because they shouldn't have been on welfare in the first place. We believed in them just like conservatives say we should. We gave them the tools necessary to be able to turn their lives around and get back out there, and it was a model of how conservatism works. We didn't replicate the model as much as we should have.
That was a great model. Do you fear that the so-called stimulus package is unraveling that?
Oh, there's no question that the stimulus package and other things they will do will try to turn these people who have been liberated from dependency back towards of the state. This is I think, ultimately where Barack Obama and the left is going. They want to create a party of people who are the no-tax party and create the Republicans as a smaller tax party. What do I mean by that? It means the Republicans are for taxes? No. That Democrats will get support from people who pay no taxes. And if we reach a point where a majority of Americans pay no taxes and get benefits from the government, redistributed benefits from the government, then our side will never be back in power. Why would you? Why just pray? Just live on the backs of those folks. That's their now. I think Americans are better than that. I love the fact that even Americans who are in the lowest economic rung, say that we shouldn't take more than a third of people's income. So I mean, there is a goodness about America that I think that strategy won't work. The great one. The great one. All right, so go ahead.
Two more questions. First, we talked about liberals and how that even the low-income earners say not more than a third. But liberal leftist groups are advocating that. Groups like MoveOn.org.
Sure.
They've controlled the ball on the playing field for years and years. American Future Fund hopes to counteract that and put conservatives on that playing field, because we know that with our issues, we will win every time. What do you recommend for groups like American Future Fund, and what do you want to tell our members?
Well, congratulations to you for doing this, for being out there, being involved. I talked about the importance of having the three-legged stool of economic conservatives, social conservatives, and foreign policy conservatives. And that's a winning combination, and we need groups out there who are going to go out and deliver that message. And a good broad-based message for our party is limited government, lower taxes, more opportunity and freedom, that we are the party of opportunity, of a chance for success, as opposed to a guarantee of success. And so that's what we stand for. And if organizations like yours can go out there and deliver that message across this country, it will help elect conservatives to the Congress.
Absolutely. Final question: you've agreed to be a lecturer at our conservative lecture series. We're very excited about that. It'll be October 1st in Iowa. And give us a little preview. What do you hope to accomplish with the American Future Fund lecture series?
Well, it's an opportunity to go out and talk about what's important for the future of our country. I mean, I think we're at a time in our history that we will look back and see as one of those linchpins in society, and not just on economics, but on foreign policy and this war. I believe we are making mistakes right now which will threaten the future security of our country. I believe that we are doing things to our culture that are going to undermine our ability to be a free country going forward. And we need to be out there talking about those things. We need to be talking about the government taking over we always thought, the government can take over this and that, but they'll never take over the economy. Well, now they're doing that too. So this is a very dangerous time, and one that we have to go out and fight vigilantly against.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot, Senator.
Pleasure.